We are so honored to have our musical guest today. I'm here with Dr. Ron McCurdy from the Langston Hughes Project. Hello, sir.
Good to see you.
Good to see you as well. And Rita Summer, she's the director for the Lakewood Cultural Center. Rita, thank you for being here.
My pleasure.
Absolutely. Okay, so Dr. Ron, tell us all about the Langston Hughes Project.
Well, this is a multimedia presentation that's based on the poem Ask Your Mama, written by Langston Hughes in 1960. So we have the music, we have the poetry, and then we have visual images that correlate with the poem.
Very interactive, that's my favorite kind, where it's multimedia. Okay, I studied poetry in high school and college. I just told you that off camera and said I have one good poem. But I'm so interested how you incorporate the music into the performance. Talk to me about that.
Well, Langston Hughes himself was a lover of music.
Yes.
He was not a musician, but
Right.
he loved hanging around musicians. So when he crafted this poem, he wrote what's called musical cues on the right-hand column of the poem.
No way.
So he would say, well, for this particular section, I hear a triumphal march, or I hear the sounds of spring. Wow. Those kind of innocuous terms.
Sure.
So what I did, I took his written cues and translated that into actual music.
That's amazing. It's amazing, too, that what an artist he was to have heard as he's writing. I mean, that's really unbelievable. I'm also, Rita, an art history major, and I'm fascinated. There's also, as you said, an art concept to this. Tell me more about that, Rita.
There is. So in partnership with the Langston Hughes Project, in the North Gallery at the Lakewood Cultural Center, we have an art exhibition called Words Matter. This is a group of artists that have put their work together, work that explores text as art.
Oh, I love this.
The power of words, the visual power of words, and how visual words shape, visual words, if you will, shape our lives.
Wow.
And we'll be having a reception. There's a public reception on Saturday night, tomorrow night, from 6 to 8. The artists will be there. The poet laureate from 40 West will be there.
Wow.
We have some youth spoken word artists who will be performing their work.
Next generation.
And our curator will be giving a gallery talk at 6:30. The spoken word performances at 6:45. So
oh my God.
Free and open to the public. Everybody come out.
Oh my God, this sounds like my kind of place. This
Come
is
on
my
over.
jam. This sounds amazing. Also, tell us about the show. Is that the show that's happening this weekend?
Yeah, so this is two parts of the same project. So we have the Langston Hughes Project, Ask Your Mama, 12 Moods for Jazz, will be performed in the theater.
Got it. What day is that?
That is tomorrow, Saturday the 28th.
Okay.
It's at 7:30, and preceding that is this reception for Words Matter, the exhibition in our North Gallery with the artists and some of our youth spoken word artists as well.
I love that. The words do matter, and especially in art when they're, again, the multimedia aspect of this.
Words are powerful.
Oh my, yes, they are. Yes, they absolutely are. So, Dr. Ryan, how would you say a performance like this helps and understands and, let's say, appreciates this particular time in our history? And I'm trying to be politically unbiased here, but
Neutral,
that you could say is a bit volatile.
Yes. Well, Langston Hughes, first and foremost, was a storyteller.
Yes.
And he was asked to serve as the MC for the 1960s Newport Jazz Festival. Festival that had the likes of Duke Ellington, Count Basie, Sarah Vaughan, Ella Fitzgerald, Muddy Waters.
Oh my God,
and,
can you imagine?
But the concert was oversold by about 2,000 tickets. Young white males had purchased tickets and couldn't get in. A riot ensued, and the governor of Rhode Island called out the National Guard.
No.
Shut down the festival.
No way.
Shut it down. So Langston was moved by that event,
Yes.
and also what was happening in the world.
Sure.
We know in Africa, there were several countries who were vying for their independence.
Yes.
We were only 5 years removed from Rosa Parks giving up her seat on the bus, 5 years removed from Emmett Till being murdered in Money, Mississippi. So there were a lot of events. So he began to talk about this whole idea, what's happening in the world.
Yeah.
I think what Langston Hughes also does, he helps us to understand that we are more alike than we are different.
Yes, I agree with you.
He was about bringing people together.
He and James Baldwin, you read them together and it's a double hit. And you're like,
Yes,
woo,
yes.
that feels good.
Yes,
That's
it is.
amazing. Unbelievable. So Black History Month is coming to a close, but what are you hoping people take away from the show? I know artists like Romery Burden, you have Jacob Lawrence, things like that. What are you hoping people walk away with that?
Well, I'm hoping that people will walk away from this concert hoping to reevaluate their own core values.
Yes.
Like, what do you stand for?
Yes,
And
especially now.
Exactly.
Yes.
So my thinking is silence is complicity.
Amen.
If you don't speak up, if you see things that you know are inherently wrong, you have to speak up.
Amen.
And Langston Hughes was that kind of a storyteller who just, who told the truth.
Yes.
in a way that was not accusatory, but this is what's happening. You know, and he would be about having people embrace the ideas of our founding fathers.
Yes.
When they said we hold these truths to be
Self-evident.
evident that all men, they didn't say women, but
No.
they should have,
Yeah.
are created equal.
That's right. That's right. And may I say that I support and don't want anyone to be shutting down the truth tellers, especially
Yes.
now, which are
Right.
they are so important. And you, sir, are one. I'm going to ask you with all my pleasure if you could come back so
Oh.
we could actually hear some more of your art. And everyone look forward to this weekend. And that sounds phenomenal, Rita. I will hope that I can make it. Please take your time as you go over there. And just know that
Excuse me.
to me, the best way to appreciate art is when you can hear, you can see, you can feel, you can emote, and you can learn something after. You can catch Dr. Ron McCurdy and the Langston Hughes Project tomorrow, as we said, at the Lakewood Cultural Center. Get tickets now. You said it was free?
The art reception is free.
Got it.
The concert is ticketed.
Ticketed. Got it. At LakewoodCO.gov/tickets. And here is Dr. Ron with more of Ask Your Mama.
Dreams and nightmares, nightmares and dreams. Dreaming that the Negroes of the South have taken over, voted all the Dixiecrats right out of power, comes the colored hour. Martin Luther King is governor of Georgia. Zelma Watson George, the high grand worthy, in white pillared mansions, sitting on their wide verandas. Wealthy Negroes have white servants. White sharecroppers work the black plantations, and colored children have white mammies. Mammy Faubus, Mammy Eastland, Mammy Patterson. Dear, dear, darling old white mammy, sometimes even buried with our family. Dear old Mammy Faubus, hand me my mint julep, mammy, and make haste. They rung my bell to ask if I could recommend a maid. I said, why, yes. Ask your mama.